everyone, it's Elise from Pony Friday. I'm also the host of the Kiss My Pony app, a community designed for creative entrepreneurs. And today I'm interviewing member Lindsay Harrell, entrepreneur, author, writer, and someone who can really help you tell your story. Lindsay, so amazing to have you here. You can share a little bit about yourself and your business, just for people who probably don't know you or what you do.
Absolutely. Hi, I'm Lindsay Harrell Kadatz, and goodness golly me, I am a creative to my core. And how do I do that in business? Well, I have two different businesses. The first one is The Right Harrell, and in that, I work with companies and I develop brands. So I am basically a brand development strategist for businesses in transition, though, who are moving their handshake personalities in a way that honors their brand's legacy online. And then, of course, one other thing I do, and I absolutely love it, is because I love working with quirky entrepreneurs. So I'm a content coach for quirky entrepreneurs who are a wee bit overwhelmed in figuring out how to start their blog. And I remove that for them so that they can feel confident creating content that represents themselves in their own personable way, but is also professional and connects with their actual audience. So it's all about that brand connection, wording, honoring who you are.
Oh, I love that. Honing brand voices is such a crazy skill set to have. So what appeals to you most about the Kiss My Pony app?
Oh my goodness, the community. Goodness gracious, the community of creatives. It was something that, I have been looking for a while. But it's not just a community where we connect on things creative. It's how can we use our own creative businesses, but within these actual business tactical tools. So there's this beautiful marriage of how do we grow ourselves as creatives and as business owners. And I absolutely love the community through the app that I'm connecting with and learning all about.
Oh, that's so amazing to hear. Can you describe that culture a little bit more?
I think that sums it up. But if you don't know what means, it's so gosh darn open. It's inviting, it's welcoming, it's so gosh darn diverse. Honestly, I am always surprised by the diversity of the backgrounds of the individuals coming on to the calls, and the Mindset Mondays and the hot sheets, the hot seats on the Thursdays. And it's fun, and you laugh and you're inspired, and it is just a culture that of creative action, and I love it. Yeah.
That's awesome to hear. Is there anything specifically that's popped out for you as being useful, some kind of nugget or tool that you've got from your time on the app?
Oh, golly. Honestly, I have to say the Mindset Mondays and the worksheets that are shared and how they make you tie your ideas into your business and gives you structure, as opposed to, well, I would like to do this. It's okay, well, here's the tools to then do it, are amazing. And one in particular was the Mindset Monday on, what was a favorite book of yours as a child? And I went and I grabbed the Never Ending Story and I talked about that and the color and the font and all of that. And what I had no clue about was, that started in my life when I was 15, of how do you make words pictures? Because for me, in my brain, I am not a picture person, I am a word person. I see in words, and so how can you make something stand out differently? And really what that it blew my mind to understand, oh my goodness, I've been doing this work. I've been invested in this since I was a teenager, and it completely influences how I do the content when I do content for clients online, and why I say, here's why you need this type of font size. Here's why you need this header. Here's why you shouldn't be underlining things. Here's why it can be italicized here. And it just, all of a sudden, I could see myself back there as a teenager, and it brought me forward into my business of, oh my gosh, I'm actually playing in my business and I didn't realize it.
Oh, that's wonderful. I also like how creativity is layered. All the lessons that you learn are compounded, and the things that you experience, I think that we forget how far back it goes, or how small and insignificant it may have seemed at the time when you're absorbing it.
Absolutely. And I think that's one of the most powerful things of this app and the community, is that it reminds you that you know your skills, but you forget about them. And so this is really a place and an opportunity for us to remember who we are, remember what our skills are, and then connect with those who can actually help us take them even further because of their skill sets and their insights and their genius, and how they are using their own creativity from their childhood into their businesses and beyond these days. Fascinating. And how's that not inspiring?
I know that sounds really powerful. Lindsay, have you had any benefits specifically from any of the think tanks?
Yes, absolutely. There has been a huge benefit to the group think tanks. And really part of that is that it just started to connect me into my own creative mind, because one individual in particular, he's in finance, right? And he talks, which you wouldn't really think is this creative, beautiful business. But then he is also a comic, a musician, and like an educator, and all these brilliant things. And what I took from that is we can actually marry all parts of us within our business, regardless of whether or not it's a quote unquote creative industry. And that has helped me with my actual clients as well, who are in these legacy brands, because I've been able to come into them now, understanding, hey, we can get really creative. What's your creativity? And then they start to tap into that, and we really start to play. And it came from this one individual in the Kiss My Pony community who just said, I'm going to create songs about finance, funny songs about finance. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Brilliant. So absolutely, I've benefited from the group think tanks, because there's just so much in the brains there. Wait.
So do you think that you're gaining more from getting help from others or from giving help to others?
I think it's a balance right now. I definitely, I hate saying, I love being able to hear someone's, here's where I'm struggling, and then be able to offer some support or ask questions to help them along. And that's really, I think, one of the better strengths that I have, is to ask the questions to understand, and through their answers, it then helps me in my business, because I'm asking questions I never would have thought I would have asked, and then I bring it back to my business. So helping others absolutely helps me in my business. With regards to being helped, yeah, I mean, I get a lot from that, because it provides insights, it pokes holes in, and it really, the questions asked of me get me thinking as well. And they're questions I never would have asked myself.
Right. Well, and I guess that's why they call it a hot seat. Have you experienced any particularly memorable moments so far in the app?
It's not necessarily in the app itself, but it's the connections from the app. And again, I think it's the memorable moments are hearing other creatives and their stories, and seeing what they're doing and how are they bringing it to life. And again, I go right back to that one particular mindset about the childhood story. And I loved everybody's answers. And one individual's answers, Crystal, she said she didn't choose one particular thing, but she went back and she noticed these themes,
right,
amongst what she would listen to, watch, read when she was younger. And that really informed her values of who she is today. And from that also, I then went back and it's like, well, yeah, what are the themes from my own childhood? What have I dropped that actually served and that I am missing now?
right.
And from that, it made me go back into my own values and reassess. And am I living my values? Am I living what was important to me when I was younger? If not, why did it go away?
Right.
And yeah. And so it's these opportunities within the app for us to remember why we're doing what we're doing. How can we move it forward and be supported in doing so with other creatives?
Yeah, it's like you're all making time to reflect on your creativity to grow. I think that's super powerful.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I know that, the software isn't your favorite thing, but are there any app features that do stand out to you?
Yeah, I do love the back and forth. Is it the you can't see this? No, you can. But the conversations online. So being able to have a quick conversation, a reach out of, hey, here's what's going on. One thing I love is seeing other people post what they're doing on the feed.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, oh my goodness. And then what's even cooler is when you see somebody from the hot seat and then they go and they post what they've done and you're just like, dude, that's awesome. And so you can see the evolution and the impact that those hot seats have because people then share what they've done from it. And so that is actually one of my more favorite pieces is just seeing what comes of it through the feed.
Yeah, it brings out your competitive side to be like, oh, they're making progress.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Absolutely, it does. It's okay. Well, there is some progress.
Yeah.
So what can I do in my progress? And it's not even that I have to do leaps and bounds and huge strides. It's okay. Well, I can break it down and I can do this one little piece and then I've done one little thing and now I can keep moving it forward. And that's the important thing. But what I love about this community is that you do see people moving forward. You do see people taking action. And when we are not part of these communities, it's so hard to move forward because you don't see other people moving forward. You don't see them bringing their world to life. I mean, and what's great about this is that you're seeing people talk and then act versus talk and then talk and then talk. Yeah.
Good distinction.
It's a huge distinction and it's an inspiring distinction.
Yeah. No, I think it's important to hang out with people when they're being transparent about what steps they're at instead of always seeing all the social posturing and the 60 different filters they tried before they get the best one.
It teaches me it's taught me to just go and you don't have to be perfect yet.
Yeah.
You just have to do.